How to get lean, jacked, and confident naturally while loving the journey, because it has to be sustainable if you actually want results you want for your entire life. So people ask me, what are you taking, bro? Are you on steroids or TRT? I haven't been doing any of that. I'm natural. And they might be like, no, you're not natural. I'm like, yeah, I'm natural. I've been working out for 10 years. So I started when I was 14. Time of this video, I'm 24. And I never took TRT. That would be so stupid at that young age. And look, whether you're skinny and you're just trying to get bigger, like me, I started off very skinny, or you're trying to cut the fat off and you're feeling fat, you're feeling uncomfortable in your own skin, you don't like your belly. I've been both of those places. So I was 125 pounds, was a super skinny kid. I was kind of shredded, but I just had no muscle. And I was also a guy who took his bulk too far. I was 235 pounds and I was just a fat ass and I hated it. So I'm at that point now where I feel like I'm in love with my physique. I'm about 185 pounds. I'm lean. I have abs. I can look good in photos like this by the pool. And it's the kind of body people assume that you have to take steroids to take, or you have to be obsessed with the gym every single day to get. But this was honestly, for me, it was never just about the muscle. It was about feeling free, feeling confident in my own skin, and just really looking like that guy that I would respect and I would listen to. So when I see my photos, I'm like, damn, that's really me. And I started from such a far off place. It feels almost surreal sometimes. So I'm going to show you the exact system that got me here, and the same one that I also use to help my clients and teach them how to cut down the fat, how to build the muscle at the same time, naturally and while actually enjoying the process so that it's sustainable. So as you can see, this is me right here. These are a few of my clients that I've transformed, and I get it. Every guy, every influencer, they promise you that they're going to get you jacked. So let me just back that up. So I've been natural for 10 years. Right now I'm 185 pounds. I've cut down quite a bit. I'm lean. I have abs and I have veins. And I also haven't missed tracking calories in over 10 years. I track all my calories on my fitness pal every single day. Every single thing I eat or drink that has calories, I track. And most of the men that I work with, they come to me for one thing. They want to lose their fat. They want to feel confident. They want to build muscle. And a lot of guys say they kind of want to look like me. So here's a few of my clients. This guy went from 215 pounds to 180 pounds in about 6 months. This guy dropped 25 pounds. And he packed on muscle and he built real confidence. And there's a client that I had who had the worst conditions possible to get in shape. So he was working in the middle of Alaska in the wilderness. He had no gym equipment. He had no grocery store. He was working 14 hours a day as a dishwasher, and he could only eat whatever his work cafeteria gave him that day. And he was able to get results doing bodyweight workouts on my program, working 14 hours with no gym, basically living in a tent. And he only had the food that was served to him. But he got the help from me. I was able to guide him and get him the results he was looking for. Now he looks amazing. He's feeling a lot more confident. People are noticing his changes. So if a guy with no equipment and no grocery store can transform out in the wilderness, then you saying, oh, I'm too busy or my situation is too hard stops being the reason. There's no excuses. So you just really never had something to follow. You never had a blueprint to follow. You've never had a system. So I'm here to fix that for you. About me. So a few years ago, the bottom image, I was 125 pounds soaking wet. I wasn't completely chopped. I wasn't ugly. I was just super skinny and I wasn't the most confident guy. I was a little bit awkward and I kind of felt out of place in school and stuff. I didn't really have an identity. So I started working out. I started lifting weights. I was hitting the gym every day after school and I fell in love with building muscle. At first I just wanted abs, but I eventually wanted to just get bigger, just build a lot of muscle. And I've worked my way up. I bulked for 4 years and I've done a series of cuts and bulks. And my most recent bulk, I messed up. So the top picture is me in Thailand in 2024. And I bulked all the way up to 235 pounds. You can see a tiny bit of abs, but I messed up. I was way too fat. And I was telling myself, oh, I'm just getting muscle. I'm just getting bigger. But I really was not. I was really just coping for being fat and soft, and I felt terrible. I hated my physique. I would have to pull my shirt so it didn't touch my stomach, and it was just nasty. I could reach down and grab a handful of fat when I grabbed my stomach. So I really didn't like what I saw in the mirror, man. And when I looked at pictures from me in Thailand when I was this fat, I couldn't lie to myself. So I got serious. I dialed in my cut. I dialed in the system. I cut back my calories. I stripped the fat off to get truly lean. So I've been lean before, but I wanted to take things to the next level. I wanted to really get shredded. And that's when things started changing. So most recently, these past couple months, this past cut has given me so much more confidence. I've been lean before, but this was after I had been the fattest I'd ever been. So it felt new. I'd never been 235 pounds before. I felt a new sense of confidence because before this fat ass bulk, I was kind of used to being a little bit lean. My first bulk, I definitely gained quite a bit of body fat, but I was around 205 pounds max. I was never this fat. So now I walk into rooms with more confidence. I get complimented every time I go out. My energy is higher. I decided to move to Texas, get out of my home state because I felt like I had outgrown my home state, Maryland. So I know what it's like, man. I know what it's like to be skinny. I know what it's like to have way too much body fat and how much that sucks. So I've done both. I understand the system, how to get shredded, how to bulk up. So now I do it for other men. And now I feel a whole lot better about myself. Me in the orange shorts, that's me right now. So this is what I do for other men. So who is this actually for? Let me be very specific and be honest with yourself as I read these. This is for guys who are carrying fat and they hate it. They can't seem to lose it. They feel soft. They don't like what they see in the mirror and they don't feel comfortable in their own skin. This is for you. If you've lost your abs, maybe you had them before, maybe you played sports in high school, but you don't recognize your body anymore. This is for you. If you're busy, you work a lot, and every perfect plan or the extreme plans we've tried in the past don't work out because they're just too hard to follow, they're not sustainable, then this is for you too. If you want to get lean, if you want to build real muscle naturally without having to take steroids or mess around with your hormones, this is also for you. And if you're tired of feeling fat, soft, invisible, or if you're skinny and you're tired of feeling like an absolute stick and having no confidence and no real presence, this is for you. And you're not lazy, you just don't understand what you need to do and you haven't had the accountability to hold you to the goals that you want, whether that be dropping 50 pounds or even if you don't have a weight goal, just looking good and feeling better in your body. So now let me be clear about who this is not for. All right, who is this not for? Now, I don't work with everybody, and you shouldn't want a coach who does because that means they're kind of desperate and they don't really care about who they work with, but I do. So let me be straight up and honest. I'm not going to work with these types of guys, and this is not for them either. So if you want a magic pill and you jab steroids to skip the work, this is not for you. If you just want to take fat loss pill and magic have it lose all the weight for you without putting in any work, this is not for you. There is stuff you're going to have to do that you haven't done before or you haven't done correctly before. If you want a new body, but you won't change a single habit, this is not for you. If you want to keep drinking all the time, you want to never track your foods, you want to keep binging on junk food, not going to work for you, bro. If you blame your genetics or, oh, I'm too busy, my schedule's so busy, and you blame everything but yourself and taking a look at yourself in the mirror and realizing that you're just being lazy, this is not for you. If you collect tips off of the internet and just watch reels all the time instead of actually committing to a plan, this is not for you. If you want a cheerleader to coddle you and like just all this stupid fluff that doesn't get results instead of a coach who's actually going to tell you the truth, this is not for you. So I've spent years on calls with men who just wanted to complain and yap and rant instead of actually take action. So I'm done with that, man. He can stay where he is. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. You need to be the man who actually wins, the man who actually can hear the truth. And you need to follow the proven system. You need to show up for yourself, even when it's boring, even when nobody's watching. And that's the man who I work with. That's the man who I build into an unrecognizable version of themselves. Of course, I'm going to guide you along the way. Of course, I'm going to support you. Of course, I'm going to hold you accountable. But you still need to do your part of the job. You still need to do your effort, put your work in. So if that's you, if you're ready to put your side of the work in, stay with me, because here's the truth nobody has the spine to tell you. So here's the truth, and the truth is you don't need steroids or elite genetics or to become a gym rat and live in the gym and work out every single day and only eat chicken and broccoli and rice. You don't need to do that. You don't need more motivation to watch more hype videos, to listen to more podcasts. You just need fewer decisions. You need to make things simple for yourself. And the truth is, you don't need a whole bunch of muscle either. You can build a decent amount of muscle mass and just focus on getting lean and look amazing. So you don't need to become a mass monster and take steroids. You just need to work out, resistance train, build some muscle, and get under 12% body fat. Is going to give you the body of your dreams for most guys. So the thing that's separating you from the guys that look amazing isn't genetics, okay? It's not having unlimited free times to work out all the time. You don't need to work out all the time. Most of my clients work out 3 to 4 days a week. It's really just a system and a blueprint. You just need to be given the right food, knowing how many calories to eat, given the right training workouts, and enough time to actually see results from it. So you're not lazy. You just feel like everything's too complicated when it comes to fit. And the fitness industry made getting in shape so complex on purpose. And I keep things really simple. I keep it very simple. And I'm going to make sure that it's sustainable for you, that there is some flexibility. There's no reason to quit because it fits into your life. It fits into your busy schedule. And I'm not going to let you be the guy who thinks getting in shape is so complicated and confusing and daunting and difficult, because it's really not. It's just simple daily habits that you have to learn, and you have to get the correct guidance to follow. So if you're sick of not seeing the results you want, you're spinning your wheels, you're not losing, the scale isn't moving, you feel like you've looked the same even though you've been trying some things, then here's the entire path that you're going to have to start to follow to become the guy who's confident, who feels like he effortlessly can get into shape. So everything I do to build myself up and also get my clients results, I'm going to share. And it's really 3 things, not a whole bunch of things, just 3 simple things. So you're going to rewire how you see yourself. That's the first thing. Rewire your mindset. The second thing is automation. So you automate the work. You know what to do every single day. You don't have to rely on willpower. You walk in the gym with a plan. You know what to eat every day. You have a plan of how many calories, how much protein you eat every single day. So just automate it, and it can flow with everything else you have going on. And the last thing is win the day. So you have to win the day in front of you. You have to focus on daily habits. And if you do these 3 things in the right order, the results are inevitable. Okay, so I call it the raw system. Rewire is all, automate is A, win the day is the. And it's just a simple way of saying what I've been doing for 10 years of trial and just being honest with myself. I've been tracking my food for 10 years, every single meal, but also enjoying flexibility. I can have a cookie if I want and still lose fat. I can have a drink or 2 and still lose fat. And I've tested a lot of stuff on my own body. I've been the skinny guy who's been focusing on force feeding himself to bulk up. I've been the guy who would not touch a piece of dessert and only eat clean. And I've been the guy who was fat and would eat too much and not lose weight and not care because I was delusional and I thought I was looking good in my head, but I really wasn't. I've been everywhere and I've broken down the whole thing down for you right here so you don't have to go through the trial and error, trying different diets and trying different types of workouts and different cold methods and stuff like that. You just go straight to the results. So we're cutting straight to the results, no bullshit, just getting to where you want to be without wasting time because you're very busy and you just want to look the way you want to look, you want to feel the way you want to feel, all this confusion. All right, so basically from a bird's eye view, this is how it all fits together. So anything physical, you just have to rewire the way you think. Your progress, your success, you have to kill the voice that's you suck, you're not built for this, you're never going to be in shape. You have to kill that. It's the bitch voice. You have to rewire yourself to destroy the bitch voice because I promise you, it will creep up on you. It will, but you have to push it out. You have to say, no, it's not that I have bad genetics. It's not that I'm not built for getting in shape. Because the truth is, you'll never build a body you don't believe you deserve. So you have to believe that you deserve a great physique. You can look however you want. You can form your own reality. We have to rewire the way you think. The second thing is automate. So no more relying on motivation because motivation fades and that's normal. We rely on automation, which helps you stay disciplined. And discipline can come really easy when you already know what to do and keep it simple. So we're going to lock your training, your nutrition, your recovery into your day so it's automated and you know every single day what you need to do. Okay, it's not the type of discipline where you have to white knuckle. Like it's just a habit, it's just a part of your life. So just be automatic, basically. That's why it's called automate. And then win the day. So we stop thinking in, oh, I'm fat now, but I want to just get shredded right away, or I want to get super buff right away. No, we focus on executing each day. Every single day that you win will stack up. So hit your calories today, get your steps in, hit the gym today, win today. And if you do that enough times, one day you'll look at it and you'll be like, holy hell, how did this even happen? And that's happened to me plenty of times. You just execute every single day and then you look up and you're like, holy cow, I've came so far. And you lose. It doesn't even feel like it's been months. It feels like, wow, I was fat one day and now I'm in great shape just because you're focused on the moment. You're focused on winning the day, trying to get it overnight. Okay. So let me break each one. So pay attention because this is the difference between guys who stay stuck and average for another decade and guys who become unrecognizable in 6 months to 12 months. And yet that's enough time if you put the work in. So by the end of this, you'll understand more about how to build a natural physique and actually sustain it than most guys do in 5 years of guessing or working a trainer who just doesn't teach them this stuff. So let's get in. You're going to have to rewire your identity. So I was a little kid and yeah, I played sports, but I wasn't the biggest guy. I wasn't the most muscular guy. And I felt like I'll never be like those jack guys in the gym. And you have to kill that voice. You have to kill the bitch voice that's telling you to skip your workout. That's telling you that there's no point. There's no point in putting in effort because it's never going to be me who's the shredded guy, who's the jack guy, who's the confidence guy. You have to kill that because I had that voice too. And when I started to rewire how I saw myself, everything changed. And you don't just do it magically. It comes from putting in the work. It comes from taking action. You have to understand you have to change who you believe you are and who you believe you will become because the body is going to follow the identity. So if you still think of yourself as the fat guy or as you're going to stay there. You have to start thinking of yourself as the jacked, fit, confident guy, and your body will follow that identity. So when the bitch voice is gone, that's when the real freedom begins and you start thinking positively about tracking your food, about going to the gym. You start thinking, oh, wow, this is great, like becoming that guy, becoming that jack guy, and the old version of yourself starts to fade away. And yeah, it will always be there a little bit, but we have to focus on shifting that identity and how you see yourself. motivation is gonna go away, and that's normal. Most people who I ask what's been hard with getting in shape, they say, "Oh, I just don't have the motivation, or I can't seem to find the motivation to go to the gym. I can't find the motivation to eat the healthy foods I'm supposed to eat." Whatever the case may be, they just always revert back to not feeling motivated. But the truth is, motivation is garbage. This is not a real thing that will get you the results you want. It's great to have, don't get me wrong. Being motivated is amazing. But what's even better is following a system, having habits without motivation that do not rely on motivation. So I've tracked for 10, not because I'm obsessed, but because I just made it automatic. I just made it a part of my day. It's just what I do. It's just like drinking water. It's just like breathing. So we're going to dial in your calories. We're going to dial in your protein. I'm going to tell you exactly how much you need to eat. And it's going to become automatic. Your workouts are going to become automatic and simple enough that you can actually keep it and fitting into the day that you are. The life you already live, you're going to add in these habits and they're just going to be automatic. And those habits are the food, the tracking, and the workout. So we're also going to make sure that you're sleeping enough too. And if you don't sleep enough, you're not going to really see the results you want. And it's going to be hard to find motivation. It's going to be to follow the system you're meant to follow. And yeah, I said you don't need motivation, but like I said, also motivation is good to have. And if you're sleeping a lot more, you have more energy. It's a whole lot easier to go and crush that workout. It's a whole lot easier to stick to the foods because cortisol levels aren't spiked and you're not looking to replace the lack of sleep you have with junk food. So you ever notice when you don't sleep well, you want to go and eat a bunch of junk food? We make sure that's covered. So you need 7 to 8 hours. Remember the client who was in the Alaskan wilderness gym, no grocery store, he only did home workouts? He still followed the same system and got results. And that's the whole point. It works around your life, not the other way around. So no matter what career you have, how busy, following this system and getting the automation down will work for you. So my busiest clients are guys who are working 12 and 14-hour days and they still solve. So they had the automation set up. They had the daily habits to follow, the boxes to check off. And it was really simple for them and it became a part of their life and it just felt automatic and effortless. The guys who don't see success with the are an overnight success. So they're trying to rush the and they get overwhelmed. But the guys who do see success, they only ask themselves this: did I check off the boxes I needed to for today? Did I win the day? That's what we focus on. We focus on winning the day. Did I hit my macros? Did I train? Did I get my sleep? Did I get my steps in? Did I weigh myself this morning? Did I do my workout? That's it. That's it. Really focus on each day in isolation and stacking up those W days, stacking those good days. So enough good days, one morning you look at yourself in the mirror and you'll love what you see and you'll feel like it came out of nowhere. But if you're focused on result and you're disappointed because you see it in like 3 and you're going to feel like this isn't going to work for you. But if you're actually focused on the results and you feel good about each day you win, each day you knock out your habits, you check off all your boxes, you're going to be on this journey for a whole lot longer than the guy who's looking for an overnight success. So that's how it happened for me. I didn't reach the physique I have now overnight. It just was on me tracking my calories every single day without ever missing, hitting my workouts. And here's once you learn how to win the day, you can keep doing it for the rest of your life. So you don't have to be on this program or talk to a coach forever. Eventually, you're going to need to be on your own. And if you're used to winning the day, you can just keep going on your own. You already know what to do. You already know how to win the day, and you can keep going in the right direction. So no one can ever take that from you ever again once you know how to win the day and once you know what you need to do to win each and every. Okay, I want you to see that this isn't really about me. I've worked with a ton of clients who are looking to lose fat, who are looking to build muscle, gain more confidence, and on this system, on this blueprint, following this plan, get amazing results. So I've had clients who have lost 40 pounds in 5 months, 50 pounds in 6 months, building muscle. He did photo shoots. He looks amazing now. And I've had clients who have sent me texts like this. So this guy, after he did my program, a lot has changed for him. He got a new job. He got people noticing his hard work at the gym. And a lot of my clients tell me that their coworkers notice that they're getting jacked. Their own clients, if they have business, notice that they're looking better. They're more confident. People notice. And this guy also said he quit porn, which is amazing because that's a very harmful addiction that a lot of men suffer with. And getting in shape, changing your physique will help you not have to rely, of course, and it's a terrible habit to have. And he's been networking with the right people. He's learned how to enjoy being alone, and he's saving more to move out this year or next year. And he wanted to thank me for holding him accountable and helping him. So guys tell me that they feel like I was his brother through different tough situations for helping him lose weight. There's a lot more, but I don't want to bore you with all the details. Just know that it goes far past the physique, far past the surface level. These are actually real men's lives have been changed by following this system. And they look completely different now. I started making a whole lot more money. He did sales, real estate. Once he got in better shape, once he got jacked, he was a lot more confident now, closing more deals. You could be the. So that's the system. That's it right there. You're going to rewire how you see yourself, how you think about yourself, your identity. You're going to have to rewire that. And then you're going to automate it so it feels effortless and it can fit in through your day. And if you have a birthday celebration, you can easily cut back a bit on food the days leading up so you can eat more during that birthday celebration or whatever special occasion it is. So it's all automatic. There's no guesswork. I'm there with you every single step of the way to make sure that it's flawlessly automated. And then you're focused on winning the day, stacking those W's up. And every week, we're going to check in and make sure that you won every single day that week. And if you don't win a day, that's fine. Let's say one day you up a little. I'm going to help you get back. And we're focused on winning as many days as possible. So those are 3 things. You're going to rewire yourself, automate the work, and win the day. And this will turn you from a guy who feels invisible to someone who's undeniable, to someone who has more confidence, someone who's doing more, who's networking more, who's in love with what he sees in the mirror and has the confidence because not only the way he looks, but he's also stuck to something and actually saw something through. So my own 10 years, I've been working out, and the dozens of results of men I've coached have proven how well the raw system works for any man who's actually willing to commit. And that's the key thing. You actually have to be willing to commit. Even if you're busy, I've been extremely busy and I've still done this. So it's not about busy. It's about, okay, is this something you can actually commit to? Like even the guys who felt like they had bad genetics, had sleep issues, and he had insomnia, but we were able to get him to fix sleep finally 7 hours or more instead of only 4 or 5 at night. So even if you have these medical conditions, you've just felt like you've had such bad genetics or bad luck with the proper system, there are only ways to improve your current situation. There's no way that your current situation can get worse on this system. So what you get is not just a better body, it's feeling more free. It's more confidence, more self-love. It's loving the man you've become and loving the work you've put in. It's feeling elevated and like the version of you that you were always supposed to be and always wanted to be, because there's no way that you could want the best version of yourself. You want the work you think it might take to acquire it. So you're going to be lean, you're going to be confident, be free, and you're going to be natural. You don't have to ruin your hormones or ruin your ability to. Now you have 2 options here: to take what you've learned, what I've told you in this video, maybe you got a little inspired, and to try it on your own. Go off yourself. That's cool. I'd love to see you win. You can take everything that I have told you and realize that you might need a little bit of assistance with implementing it. And that's okay. You just need to be honest with yourself about it. Okay. There's nothing wrong with having a little bit of guidance, because without it, right, without getting that guidance, you could waste another year. You could watch this video and then go back to doing the old habits, go back to watching too much TV, to eating too much junk food, to smoking, and you just be wasting time. And the real cost isn't the, I guess, the money you save from not working with the coach. It's just the time that you're wasting. It's like another 2 years of avoiding looking in the mirror because you don't like what you see, or hiding under baggy clothes because you're not comfortable with your physique, or skipping the pool, or not taking your shirt off at the pool or the beach, or just not feeling like you look good in photos, having that big belly, or if you're a skinny guy, just not really feeling like you're strong and dominant like you wanted, having a bigger, more dominant frame. So you're gonna feel that that you're not where you're supposed to be, and that you're much capable of more. So that's time you don't get back, man. It's another 2 years wasted. You only live once. You only have one shot at it. And two, stay and get the exact system you need to fit around your life. Guarantee the results that you deserve and that you've wanted and tried to get for so long, but you've been making too many mistakes and you're not quite sure on how to do it. So I'm going to be with you every single week. I'm going to hold you accountable until you're at the results you want. So you actually get there in a fraction of the time, instead of wasting time trying to do it on your own and doing things wrong and seeing maybe even slow results, but just not as fast as you could. So the men who take action now, the men who decide, I'm ready to change my life, I'm ready to transform, I've got something that makes this an even easier decision for you. So let me show you exactly. Here's what you out of Big K Fitness Elite Program, just one-on-one coaching with me, whatever you want to call it. I don't care about these fancy names, but you're going to get me to get the results you deserve. So you're going to get a custom nutrition plan built around your calories and your protein. So it's not only about the foods you eat, how much of the foods you're eating. Are you actually able to understand how to track it properly? Are you able to hit your protein goal, or is that something you need some assistance with? And foods you actually enjoy. So there is room for flexibility. We follow the 80-20 rule. I explain more what that is in the program, but you can still enjoy your life. You can still travel. You can still see results while going to a birthday party and having a piece of cake or a glass of wine. So you will still have flexibility, because in reality, what's life without a little enjoyment? But there's no enjoyment in being fat and not understanding how you can have some balance and still getting results. You also get training plans. So every time you go to the gym, you know exactly what to do. You can see the workouts. You can look at the workout you need to do. You can look at your past record and what you need to do to beat your past record, so you actually get results. You're not just going there to exercise. You're going there with the goal in mind to train to beat your, okay? And it's custom. So even if you don't have access to a gym, you can work out at home. Like I told you before, there's a client who could only do body weight workouts in the middle of Alaska, no gym, for miles, and he was still able to lose a whole bunch of weight, build his confidence, and look amazing. And it's also built around your schedule. So you can fit this into your schedule. You don't have to eat at a certain time every day. You don't have to work out at a certain time every day. It's based on what works for you, and I oversee it to make sure you're still doing what you need to do and you're still getting results and you're still losing X amount of weight or gaining X amount of muscle every single week. And you're going to get that accountability that you've been missing. So it's hard to, if I were to just give you a plan and say, all right, here's what to eat, here's what to train, all right, good luck, peace, you'd probably fall off with the week. But when you do it with me, we're going to do a one-on-one call every single week. We're going to make sure that you're seeing results. We're going to make sure that you're still headed in the right direction. We're going to see if everything's going well. That's great. Things we can fix. Okay, here's what to do to fix it. So it's working with you the entire time. I'm holding you accountable. I'll be messaging you, making sure that you are sticking to your plan. And of course, a lot of resource videos, and you're not okay. And also you get to choose how long you're doing this for. So I've worked with clients for 3 months. I've worked with clients for 6 months, and I work with clients for a whole year, depending on how much weight you want to lose, how much muscle you want to build. Some people only need 3 months. They're able to lose 20 to 25 pounds in that amount of time. Some people want to do 6 months. They're able to lose 50 plus pounds in that amount of time. And a year long, I mean, you're changing your entire life. People won't even recognize you by the time you're done with a year on this team. Despite the duration, the only thing that changes is the duration, how long you need me in your corner. And if you're good after 3 months, awesome. You can keep going, getting results on your own. The only thing that changes is just the duration. Same program, getting the same raw system, but how long you need and how long do you need that extra support to get you to where you want to be and to get you to where you can keep seeing results on your own. Because let's be real, this isn't some type of program where after 3 months you can just stop doing it and keep getting results. No, you have to continue this for your entire life. So however long it takes for you to reframe your identity, to make sure these habits are built into your lifestyle and make sure you can actually sustain them, is how long you need. So some people need longer, some people, there's more trial and error for this. But what matters is that what duration you get. Day one, you're going in, you're listening, you're going hard, and you're committed. And as long as you're committed to it, to everything I tell you to do, you will get there. And of course, there will be flexibility and a customized approach to what you need to see success. Every client is different. This isn't cookie cutter where I give every single client the same exact advice. Everybody's different, and I understand that. So whatever time duration we will work through, and we will make sure you get to the finish line where you're good to keep. So here's my offer. Like I said at the start, get lean, get jacked, and genuinely confident naturally while still loving your life and still having this be something that you could sustain even after you finish the program. If you're training hard and you're not really looking like it, or you just can't stay consistent and you don't know how you could do busy, but you know you do want to build real muscle, you want to get genuinely lean belly fat, get veins, get more defined arms, a bigger chest in a way that's actually sustainable, so you enjoy the journey instead of hating your life, and you feel and like this is something you can effortlessly follow, and you're like, well, why wasn't I doing this before? Getting so simple, and you want to be proud of the man in the end. This is for you. The elite program is for you. So here's my okay. We are going to get you in the best shape of your life. Still enjoy the love, even with the busy schedule. Now, this isn't just an empty promise. You're going to have to track the foods. You're going to have to stay locked in. You can't just eat cheeseburgers 10 times a day and eat 10,000 calories and expect results. But there is room for flexibility. And if you have a packed schedule, maybe you can't work out for 2 hours 5 times a week. We're going to adjust that. So you can work out for 45 minutes 3 times a week if that's okay. So 3 pounds of fat if possible. Depends what you're starting at. 1 to 2 pounds a week is ideal for most. Putting on quality muscle, gaining about 1 pound a week, so you're not gaining too much weight too fast, so you're not getting fat, so you're staying lean as you build muscle. If you're looking to gain weight and build muscle, you're bulking. And I'm going to hold you accountable to become confident, motivated man you've been trying to become until other people notice. You even yourself, you might not notice your results week to week, but if people around you notice, and people around are telling you, whoa, you're looking better, and you are getting results, but you just don't see because it's a little slower to see for yourself. We're going to help you take progress pictures. I'm going to be monitoring your progress as well. We're going to get you the assistance you need with the body you've been. So the skills you learn with me keep paying off for the rest of your life. This is a skill, honestly, they should teach in school, but maybe this will keep you and docile. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe they just don't want fit men because it's a threat or something. I don't know. But the next part matters, right? I reward the men who take. So if you move now, if you take action now, while this is right in front of you, if you're serious about changing, I'll take care of you with an exclusive action taker discount on your coaching. So I do that on purpose. This isn't some gimmick or some trick to get joined, okay? This is because guys who move fast in life are the same guys who get the best results. And those are the men I want in my corner. I'm not only just doing this to coaching. I'm doing this because I want you in my corner and I want to see you win as an individual. So here's exactly what I do. If you're watching this, there is a good chance we already have a call. Okay, so just show up to the call ready in a quiet place, not driving, not with the light. Okay, just a quiet place, nice, and come in knowing you want this. Come in knowing what you want. Come in thinking about how long you've been stuck without seeing results. If you haven't booked yet, if you're just watching this for the first time, you haven't talked to me, or you haven't locked into time with me yet, and just seeing this on Instagram or YouTube, just send me the word elite on Instagram at DK Fitness right now. And let's start the conversation. Talk about where you are now, where you want to go, what's stopping you, and if this is a good fit for you. You probably already know because you've watched long, but we'll have that. So don't overthink it, man. The lean, confident, freer version of yourself has been waiting long enough, and he's in there. Otherwise, you wouldn't even be watching this to the end. Let's be honest, you would have skipped off already. So take the action, lock in your discount today, and I will see you on the inside on our first